Oh, hi, I didn't see you come in. I was busy looking at last year's edition of Art Tour International's Top 60 Masters of Contemporary Art. I'm in this edition, and actually I'm going to be in the one for this year too. It's a huge honor. I mean, they have some pretty amazing, talented people. Well, I'm Jim Fitzpatrick. I'm from the United States. I'm a self-taught artist and photographer, and I got into artwork as a small boy. I love drawing portraits primarily. I used to do a lot of drawings with pencils. Eventually I got into pastels and a little bit with charcoal. And for some of those works I started using velour paper. Also, when I was going into high school, I got into photography, and I got a nice camera, and I really enjoyed taking photographs of all different types of things. As time went on, I got involved in other things, and the artwork and photography were kind of placed on the back burner for a while, but every now and then I'd return to them. About 9 years ago, I got really serious with drawing again, and in a short period of time I cranked out a lot of portraits. Basically all of them were done in charcoal, and after a while I wanted to kind of get back into the color, so I got back into pastels and also colored pencils. And as time went on, a lot of my works basically consisted of all three mediums, actually, where I combined all three: charcoal, pastel, and colored pencils. Around that time I also got back into photography. I bought another really nice camera, and this time I also got some very expensive lenses, one zoom lens in particular that I use for a lot of animal shots. Growing up, I have a very, very vivid memory of my mom giving me a magazine, and it had an article on Norman Rockwell in it, and it showed some of his paintings, classic paintings in the article. And the minute I saw his works, I just fell in love with his style. He became my favorite artist, and just the expressions that he captured on their faces, their mannerisms and so on that were caught, were just amazing. And to this day, one of my favorite paintings of all is his. It's called The Girl with the Shiner, or The Girl with the Black Eye. And again, it's just the expression, the smile he captured on her face. It's just an unforgettable work. Brings a smile to my face. Well, over the years I've held down a number of different jobs. I guess I'm what you call a jack of all trades. I've been a professional roller derby skater for the world champion San Francisco Bay Bombers. We've traveled all over the world, skated in places as far away as Buenos Aires, Argentina, Tokyo, Japan. After my skating days came to an end, I got another career. I was in the fire department. Initially I was in fire prevention, then I became a firefighter. Also along the way I've been a part-time magician, house painter, fitness instructor, a number of different things. But I always had a love for art and photography. And when I got back in it, I really wanted to try and improve my skills, try and make my works look as accurate as possible, where you could actually tell, who the subject matter was that I was drawing, and everything was in proper proportion. And I'm not like those people that graph everything out. I try and do everything freehand. But some people it might come easier for, but for me, I kind of struggle with getting the everything in proper proportions. So what I'll do is I use a lot of a kneaded eraser to erase things, and so I'm just right with the way the proportions look, and I think it does look like the subject matter I'm drawing. And then I'll transfer it over to a good piece of paper and take out the colored pencils, pastels and charcoal and so on, and work to complete my work. Now the thing is, I'm fascinated by hyperrealism, but I just don't have the patience or the time to spend, as some of those people do, up to 100 hours on one piece. For me, I'd like to create as many different things, and I like variety. And so I try to strive for realism, but I spend nowhere near 100 hours on one piece. I have to kind of move on. As far as advice, if a piece isn't going well, it's something you're working on, whether it's art, music, or whatever, sometimes the best thing is to put it down, step away from it, and return to it maybe later that day or later in the week, or when the mood hits you again. And I've noticed when that does happen and the mood does strike me again, I'll go back in and I'll actually get much more better results. You feel more refreshed and invigorated. The other advice I have is There's a lot of negativity out there in the world today. We're bombarded with it in the media. There's a lot of very negative people. Avoid those type of people. They bring you down. A lot of them are very jealous, and they don't want to see others succeed. So avoid them. Avoid getting caught up watching or reading too much of that negativity in the news. Focus on positive things that you enjoy. You'll feel happier in life. And it could be a win-win situation too. I mean, if you have a talent and you can create something positive, something nice, you're going to feel better, and hopefully it'll make other people feel better that see it. Now, over the years, I've had a number of injuries, so I've suffered from chronic pain for years and years, and I've done whatever I could to try and avoid surgeries. I've taken other treatments outside the norm, like myofascial release and prolotherapy injections, which have been very helpful. And actually combining that with other treatments, such as working out and watching your proper posture and so on, I've been able to avoid surgeries and stay off the meds. And what I hope that I can do with my artwork is inspire people, but especially those suffering with chronic pain, that even though you're stuck with this, seek out other forms that might make you feel better, and try and do creative things. It'll get your mind and yourself focused on other things, and you won't feel the pain as much. And it'll make life a little bit easier for you, I think. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. One last thing. This is my man cave / workspace. Everybody's a little bit different. I see some artists, they like to perform in front of people and in front of a crowd, and they'll do caricatures. I need to be alone. But when I am alone, and I put my work up on the computer screen, I'll be able to study it. And the advantage is I can enlarge it. I can adjust the brightness and so on, so I can see the details better. And I'll put on music while I'm doing a work. And I noticed, for example, when I was drawing a portrait of Sammy Davis Jr., I put on a lot of his music, and I think it kind of helped inspire me while I was drawing him. But everybody has their own style, their own way of doing things. It's good to look at other people's. You might get ideas, you might learn some things, but you know what? Go with your gut feeling, and I think that's where you'll get your best results. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you had a great time, and don't forget to check out Art Tour International's website, their magazines, back issues, and the latest edition of Art Tour International 2015 when it comes out this year. I'm really looking forward to being in it. All right, well, take care.